Oh my fucking god.
So anyway, you know what I found out about the new Star Wars movie? Alright, the bitchy boyfriend from Girls, he's apparently a bad guy in that show, in that movie.
I don't even...
I assume none of you watch Girls. It's actually not that bad. Anyway, there's a boyfriend guy, he's a real, like, mopey son of a bitch, and he's apparently supposed to be, like, a threatening bad guy. Like, really? This guy? Oscar Isaac, though, as, I guess, the new Wedge Antilles, I'm down with that.
I don't even know who Wedge Antilles is, so eh.
Wedge, how do you not know who Wedge Antilles is?
You watch
Simple,
Star
I don't
Wars!
care that much about Star Wars.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's in all 3 movies.
Good for him!
They mention him by name at the beginning. And Luke mentions him several times. He's in every single major battle.
Yeah.
And he kicks ass in all of them.
He's so, like...
Does he
Yeah, really
the one
good
that
for him.
actually kills
Hey,
any important
come
people?
on, Drake. This very series.
He
keeps
blows up the
adding
Death Star?
characters after him, then
No, that was Luke.
killing them all.
No, he blows up the other Death Star. Second one.
And talking about Final Fantasy, they keep naming characters
Whoever.
after Wedge, then killing them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's another thing. It was Wedge Antilles in the X-Wing, and then there was Lando Calrissian and his Mexican alien friend in the Millennium Falcon. They blew up the Death Star.
Yeah, see, the important characters have to do the important things.
Yeah, like not blow up the Death Star. Luke was completely useless in Return of the Jedi.
Well, like, the Death Star, it's a fucking ship. It's a son of a bitch, y'all, and we're building it.
Yeah. And the Rebel cruisers cannot repel firepower of that magnitude, as we all know.
Yeah, exactly. It's like one of the best scenes in a Final Fantasy game is pretty much like the Death Star, like a Death Star scene.
What are you talking about? The final battle in Final Fantasy XII?
Pretty
which
much.
was the Battle of Yavin?
It
Like,
literally-
completely the Battle of Yavin?
It pretty much is. Let's be fucking real.
We all know
You know,
Final
all we
Fantasy
needed-
12 was secretly Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah, all
Yeah,
they needed
except
was
it
a
was
shield
better than Star
generator
Wars.
in that.
I thought. Well, there's that
not
veil
quite.
of there's that veil of mist.
And, you know, like, Balthier's
You know,
Han
if
Solo
Balthier
and
had been-
Bran is Chewbacca.
Yeah. I mean, if Balthier had been frozen in Frozen Carbonite at some point, and then Princess Ash says, I love you, and then he said, I know, then it would have been as good as Star Wars. But since it doesn't do that,
No,
it's
I
just
didn't
slightly
say it
not.
wasn't as good. I said it was-
Unfortunately, Balthier is too smoking hot to be frozen.
Oh.
Hex, is there something you want to tell us?
What?
That was SomeColorMage who said it, but
Oh. Well,
why
I
do you keep
think, well,
touching
okay,
fire?
Hex
It
is
seems to
saying
hurt.
what he do.
Because I completely forgot that you can't get the chests until something that isn't in this part.
oh, you have to go to the fire ship, and it turns out the queen of this place is evil or mind-controlled, and then the other crystal shatters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, now I remember this game.
You can sum up a lot of this game as somebody is mind controlled by X-Death, lol crystal gets broke here.
I didn't even know that X-Death was involved at this point.
He is, but it's not
I
mentioned
thought he was
in
just
the
sitting in his
crystal.
I thought he was just
Like,
hanging
imagine
in
if
his other
Golbez was
dimension and people
controlling
were
the
being
force
evil
field,
on their
that's
own.
the plot.
Well, wasn't he?
I mean, like,
X-Death
mentally
is
controlling him
currently
instead of just being the
sealed
boss.
in this planet. So
Yeah.
he's here in the
But
background.
Golbez was mind-controlled too. Everyone was mind-controlled in that game.
Yeah, like,
I know.
That's Final Fantasy IV, mind control. Everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the fucking moon mine.
Golbez was mind-controlled.
Mind control and the moon.
As it turns out, Cecil, he was mind-controlled the entire time he was good. He was actually evil.
Well, he gets mind
Anymore.
controlled in the sequel.
Well, yeah, he's the
does?
player
Oh,
character.
fuck.
Yeah,
You're
the mysterious girl takes control of him and uses him as a puppet.
Final Fantasy IV is crap.
I really
It
like
really has not aged well in story or gameplay.
No, it didn't age well, but it's a very good game the first time you play it, and
Yeah.
then pretty much after that it's just
Yet Square Enix wants to keep forcing it down our throats every other year, if even that infrequent.
I don't.
What they need to force down our throats is Dragon Quest IV. That game's great.
I would kill for them to put Dragon Quest VIII on the PSN. Like, even, like, just... like... Because I've had that game, and it's really fun to replay, even after playing it 4 or 5 times. Like... I don't know, maybe I just like Dragon Quest VIII a lot.
You know what I'd like for them to do? I'd like for them to take Dragon Quest VII and put it on the system called the 3DS. That'd be fun. And then, when they do that, they don't only release it in Japan, they release it here in North America, too. And as for Australia, I don't really care. Unimportant.
Why don't you go fuck yourself with a cactus?
'Cause are there even cactuses in Australia?
Maybe.
I think so.
We introduced a lot of bizarre crap into this country.
Yeah, including cane toads.
Because I know there's cactuses here in the United States, but that's kind of like there aren't really any in Israel, and that's the only 2 deserts I've ever been to. It's called. That guy's gonna flash us?
No, it's
Man, this town sucks. Everything's on fire.
He's talking about our enemy in the dungeon that we're just about to go to, the fire-powered ship. I skipped a random encounter there. The fire-powered ship, there's an enemy called the Crew Dust, which when it's alone it flashes you, and flashes also blue magic.
And it's HM5. Anyway, man, this town sucks. Have you noticed that everything's on fire? Like everything. Everywhere you go, something's on fire. How do they deal with that
This is
shit?
just ridiculous. Faye in the chat is saying that we can never keep on topic in the LPs. What is he talking about?
Well, we can't.
We can't.
We perfectly stay on topic.
We try.
The topic being
Actually-
whatever we feel like talking about.
Actually, speaking of topics, is anyone actually recording this?
Yeah, I'm recording it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Phew.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
we
Your
fucked-
face? Yeah.
we fucked up because the first time we recorded it, Scaife AFK'd without any of us realizing, and 2 minutes in, like, we're like, Scaife, why haven't you introduced yourself yet? And then Scaife comes back, it's like, I was AFK.
I don't know what AFK means.
Away from...
Away
Is that an
from
internet
people.
thing? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't need to be away from his keyboard. I mean, he doesn't even need a keyboard for this.
It's just a general, like, away thing. I keep this encounter in because this is, I think, the first encounter in the series where after you defeat one enemy, a bunch more actually pop up.
Oh, damn.
I might be
You know what
wrong.
game we should LP? We should LP Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That game's fun.
It actually is.
Yeah, let's go play that. Versus this.
I don't know,
We've already lost spirits for Final Fantasy V. We just
I don't
started.
know.
There's so...
I really enjoy this game, which is why I decided to let's play it, so... The rest of you, like...
I knew that it's fun to play, but it really isn't fun to watch. Like, as I said
also
earlier,
fun
this is probably
games.
the...
It doesn't help that
This
way.
one especially... It doesn't help that we're not drunk, but this one especially is like the least memorable of all the Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna forget
Enemy
one of
game
them,
is
it's either gonna be this or it's either gonna be this, 2, or 3. Like those are the games that no one cares about.
2's horribleness is too memorable to forget.
Yeah, because you punch yourself in the face to get stronger.
And 3 was like never released, so it never really built any sort of fan following here in the West.
It was.
I'm
released on
okay
the-
with 3.
It was released on the DS, and I played it and I completed it and I walked through it. Admittedly, the walkthrough is a steaming pile of dog turds, but
I walked through this game too. I did it sleepwalking. I don't remember anything I wrote.
amazing.
I was not paying attention the entire time.
The 3D versions of Final Fantasy 3 so horribly fucked up the balance that it's nearly unplayable, and yet that's the only version they'll port.
Like,
Yeah, they're fine
Very
with
cool,
making,
bro.
they're fine with making more ports of the 2D version of 4. They, like, the PSP version was just a straight port of the Game Boy Advance version, really. But when it comes to 3, no, we got to give people the crap version. That's what they want.
but
You know what's weird about that is that Square Enix refuses to recognize Lunith in anything other than 3DS.
yeah.
Whenever it comes time for like the hero of 3 to show up, it's always Onion Knight.
I
Yet
think
whenever they
it's-
want to release 3, it's always 3DS, which makes no sense.
I think it's because the Onion Knight as a whole is more iconic to 3 than anything else, but...
I don't remember Onion Knights at all in 3, and I played that game.
Well, because in
In the version I played, there were no Onion Knights. I mean, there were, but they were like a DLC job or something.
They're the starting class in the NES version.
They were like the ultimate useless class. Oh, now I remember. They had like max stats, but they had no abilities whatsoever, so they were useless. They did nothing.
They have max stats when you're at, like, incredibly high levels, like...
No, you have to master every job, then they have max stats. But even then,
No,
they
that's-
still don't have any abilities.
Freelancer in this. That's Freelancer in this game.
3, what happens is that their stack growth is really weird. So like they're the worst class until you hit level 95 or so, and then they become the best class.
Oh, and maybe that's it.
And
Okay.
also they've got a bunch of class exclusive equipment that you can get from dragons in the final dungeon and stuff, which is
It's
really
the most...
brokenly overpowered.
Yeah. Like,
But they have no abilities though, so there's like you never want to use them.
They
Use
have
about any
magic in
class
one
is
of the
better.
versions.
They have white and black magic, don't they?
I don't remember. I remember them having nothing.
I know in Tactics they had nothing. Like, their stats were based
Maybe
on...
it was.
I think what you were thinking about was the Tactics version of Onion Knight. Because they have literally non-existent stats until you max a bunch of other stuff on that character.
Maybe I am thinking of Tactics. I mean, Tactics is kind of the game I played more and loved more, so...
Fair enough.
We should do Tactics.
Catchus is working on it at some point.
He's working? Oh, alright. We should do 9.
Here it is. In the NES version of 3, all they can do is attack. In the 3D version, they get to use white and black magic of all levels.
That's still not all that useful, though. I mean, it's still gonna save. Like, that's not... Like, they should be, like, you know, they just press A and every enemy's dead.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty much what happens.
Unless you've gotten all of the onion equipment, it's just a lot better in the to just have ninjas and sages everywhere,
Yeah.
and maybe a bard
Bravely
in the
Default
3D
had so much...
version.
Actually, speaking of this, we should play Bravely Default. That's like the good version of 5.
Yeah, pretty much. If I...
This
I
This
don't
is such a
think
dead
any of us
end.
have 3DS capture cards.
Oh yeah, I think this is
almost
actually
certainly
the
no.
end here.
Oh. Well, so anyway, if you've watched this episode, stop and wait for us to do our Bravely Default LP.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, I'd love to do Bravely Default. I just need a capture card for the 3DS.
Yeah, same.
I'd love
Okay.
to do your mom. I just don't know where she lives.